Good morning, Stampers. It's Elizabeth from StampScrapandMore.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Canada, and welcome to the Great White North. I am going to be sharing with you, as you can guess from my seam, my overlay. I just think it's too cute not to share with you. A Christmas packaging idea. So let me get rid of this overlay and back to me, and I'm going to be sharing with you a Christmas packaging idea. It involves lots of real red cardstock, and I am going to be using, let me just get this out, the Perfectly Pad stamp set. Actually, all I'm going to be really using is the ho ho ho, because I think that's really cute. And of course, my ever favorite Tasteful Label dies. And who wants to see the cute item we're going to be creating today? Oh, I'm so happy with it. Let's get started, and I'm going to share with you this cute packaging idea. So it's got a little bit bent in, was sitting on my craft shelf. But we are going to make this today. I'm going to give you the measurements on how you can create this. And it's a Santa's pants, and there are two separate containers in here. You can put oil and vinegar, excuse me, you can put hand wash and hand cream. You can fill it with candies. When I first made this years ago, I had put 2 cellophane bags in here with candy, and that was the packaging. And so you can see very simple that the only reason we used the ho 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 was for this tag. So who wants to make this this cute packaging? So let's get started. Grab a pen and paper, and I'm going to give you some measurements. I've got them taped on my wall here. Some of it is fiddly, and I have pre-done some of it so that you don't have to watch me do it. So you will see what I mean by that. So I've done the poking holes and the stitching along the top. So you need 2. This will form the base, the bottom of Santa's pants. So you need 2 pieces that are 3.5 and 3 by 3.5, scored at 1/2 inch all the way around. So scored at 1/2 inch all the way around. You need 2 of those. These will become the trunk of Santa's pants, and you need 2 of these as well. And these are 11 by 4.25, and you need 2 of them. And they are scored at 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10. You need 2, these are straps, and I don't have the measurements for these. So these are 3/4 by 11, and you need 2 of those. You need 4 of these, and one of them, I've got the 4th one here, and I'm going to show you how I poke them and do the stitching. And these are 3/4 inch by 3. You need 2 pieces of basic black. One has to be 1/2 inch by 11. I've actually got 2 that are 1/2 inch by 11, but one of them is going to get cut off, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. You need 2 pieces of Whisper White that are 1 inch by 11, and I've got 2 here. You need a piece of gold foil, and it's 1 inch by 1.25. And you need a piece of black glimmer. You can actually use the basic black if you'd like, and that is 3/4 inch by 1. From the Tasteful Label dies, I've die cut out this shape in the real red, and then I have die cut out this one in the basic white. So like I said, I've done a lot of the stitching here, the poking and stitching, and I'm going to show you on this last piece of how I did the poking and stitching. And I am using the Stampin' Chalk marker and the Take Your Pick tool. I have a ruler, and it's just because I have a little bit anal on things, and I just wanted the measurements to be the same. So I've just put the ruler on here, and I'm just going at 1/4 inch all the way along, and you're going to do that on both sides. You know, if you want to make life even easier for you, you can pick 1 inch. I started with 1/4 inch, or you can pick 1/2 inch, sorry. I started with 1/4 inch, so with the rest of the Santa's pants, so I am just going to continue on with the same measurements. And I'm just using an old ruler and my foam mat, and there's the holes that I have poked. Now I'm going to take my Stampin' Chalk marker, and between each of the holes I am just going to put a stitch line, a faux stitch line. When you get your your chalk marker, you have to kind of you can't prime it by shaking it, but you do push the tip nib down a little bit to get the chalk flowing, and you should have a good image. It should come out nice and clear. Alrighty, so let's start with the base of the box, which are these two here. And I'm just going to snip up. And let me bring it up a little bit closer to you. On all 4 sides, I'm going to snip up, and I'm just making a V-notch so that the corners will sit. And let me do this one as well while I'm here. And I had made this years and years ago, and it was sitting on my sort of creative shelf. I try things that I really love. I keep multiples. I keep them, not multiples, but I do keep a sample. That's the word I was looking for. And when I wanted to do something this year, I thought, ooh, this will be perfect. Okay, so now I'm just going to get out my bone folder, and I'm just going to crease all of those lines. And this is going to become like the box base, and we're just going to seal the edges, and I'm just going to use some Tombow glue. And I don't know where they all are, but I do have some old binder clips from past projects. I'm just going to hold them on. You can use a paper clip as well. You can also use the tear and tape if you like, because this has sort of not movement to it, but you will be storing something in it. You want to make sure that you've got it nice and secure. And let me just, I'm missing a binder clip. I've got a really big one. Okay, so I'm missing my 4th binder clip, so I'm just going to have to hold this one. What I'll do is I'll take the first one off, like that. So that's the first one. And we are going to do the same with the second one. Whoops. See, I'm not holding it down and it came undone. You really do need to hold it a little bit to get so that it cures. I'm off camera there. So I'm just going to hold it. There we go. You have to be cognizant of what's in the screen. I have my mat down here so that I know that if the mat's in the screen, then you can see it, or in the window, then you can see it. But if I go off the mat, then you may not see it. Okay, and let me just move these over. That one's lost some of its grip. Okay. Alrighty, now I'm going to take the pants, the actual pants, and I am going to fold all those lines again. And here I'm going to put sticky strip on the bottom, so not on the top where the stitching is. And I'm also going to put some not tear and tape, I should say, tear and tape down the inside here, because this is going to get folded like that. Okay, so I'm going to put some tear and tape right down here. I do have my tear and tape out. And when I went to make this project, I had done this for Facebook Live a while, last month I think it was, and I sometimes upload the video straight onto YouTube, but the quality was terrible. I think I had internet issues, so I didn't, so that's got that. And now tear and tape is going to go on the inside. Yeah, I had some internet issues, so the sound went at one point and it wasn't very good, so I thought I will recreate it. And it's been on my desk to recreate, and I had somewhat of a free Sunday, and I thought, okay, now is the time to do it. So that's the first one, and then here is the second one. And again, if you're wanting to know what those measurements are, 11 by 4 1/4, and you need 2 of them. And it's scored at 2.5, 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10. And then tear and tape on the inside. You could have also put the tear and tape on the outside of this box. I think last time I did it, I put it on the outside of the box, so not sure why I didn't do it this time, but I'll let you know which is the easiest to do. Okay, and now we're going to start with, when we put this on the base of the box, when we get to here, we have to, don't seal it down yet, maybe, yeah, we're going to start here. So we're going to start with, sorry, I'm thinking as I go along, I'm going to start with this small corner here, and I'm going to attach it on that corner. That way when we get around to this end, this will go on top of that. Okay, and I'm going to peel off a little bit at a time. Not going to peel off a lot, because I don't want it to be sticking on stuff that I don't want it to stick on. Okay, and I'm just going to peel it off really hard for you to see. Maybe if I do it this way, I'm going to run it along there. And I'm burnishing that adhesive in once I have it down right. Actually, this might be an easier way of doing it. I'm going to burnish that one down. I'm going to burnish that one down. And then I'm going to peel off this edge here. And I'm going to seal that, whoops, to that. If it is not perfect, it's not perfect right here, not to worry, because this inside is going to, the two insides are going to be attached together. So you're not going to see any messes that you've got here on that seam. Okay, and now we are going to do this one more time. I'm going to match the corner like that. And we're just going to roll it along, making sure that it's tight. I noticed that as I'm going along that the corners may not match up, or the seams may not match up perfectly, but you know, that is okay. When you're done, like I mentioned, it will go on the inside of the pants, so you are not going to see any messes. Like that. Okay. And then ultimately they are going to get attached like that. But first we have to take the basic white. I have an old pair of scissors, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mess up that one edge. And it's just to make it look like fur. It also makes it a mess, but oops. So you'll see how it kind of looks like fur, in my eyes anyhow. It's that little extra detail that you're going to add to the project. I'm actually trying, I'm looking to see, oops, I bend that one. I'm looking to see where I am in the project and make sure I don't forget something before I assemble the two pants together. Now I'm going to get rid of all of this. I'll vacuum later. Okay, so this is the inside. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around. Okay, so this is the inside, and I'm going to put adhesive down. I want the seams, everything to be on the inside. So I'm actually going to put some Tombow glue on here, just so that I have a little bit, you know, the term wiggle room. And I'm going to finger press it as I go along. Whoops, that wasn't smart. I didn't hold it down well enough. Maybe tear and tape would be better. So I'm going to actually push it from the inside so that I put pressure on it. That's what I should do. Okay, I'm pressing it from the inside. And now I'm going to finger press it and bring it up. And finger press it, flip it over and finger press it. And I'm going to roll it again. And you're matching up the bottom with the edge. You're matching up this edge here. And then really hold it in the center on the inside of the box so that it adheres. And then last, I'm going to add in some more Tombow glue here. And I'm just going to match the two together. And there is one of Santa's pants. And just forgive me for a minute while I really press that adhesive in. If you wanted to, you could score. You could actually score the basic white, but I chose to just leave it as is. And it looks okay. So actually that would be the outside. This will be the inside. Actually, it'd be the inside like that. Okay, and now the next one. Even though I got rid of all that fluff, it's still there. Okay, and now more Tombow glue. Oops. Oh. You know, when you hear that little poof of air, does it mean it's running out? Okay, I'm going to flip that over and press it into the base of the box. So my hand is in the box. It's like watching paint dry. Oops. And I'm going to flip this over. There we go. Oh, can you tell it's running out? Okay, I'm going to flip it over one more time. Like that. Matching up the bottom edge and pressing on the inside and flipping it over one more time. Like that, matching up the edges, and try not to get any adhesive on your sheet because it will mess up the white. And then I'm going to flip this last one over, matching the edges. but again, it will get covered because it's going to be adhered together. Okay. All right. So there is one box. There is the other box. And see, I've got a little bit of adhesive here. I do have an adhesive eraser. Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell these anymore, but if you have a Dollar Tree, that's where I bought mine a couple years ago, but a customer told me that they still have them. So there we go. So now I'm going to attach these two legs together, and I'm going to do that one. One looks bigger or taller than the other. Oh well, no one has perfect, no one's legs are the same size on left and right, right? Now I'm going to take a couple of pieces of the tear and tape. And you want to make sure you've got enough on there so that his legs don't separate. I'm going to put one more. Whoops. That was too much adhesive. It came off. Okay, one more. All right. And make sure you've got the two seams together and they are going to get attached like that. I'm going to have to bring out the baby wipes because I've got adhesive now on my fingers. There we go. There we go. At this point, you have to determine which you like as the front and which you like as the back, right? So I like this as the front. Just sealing those together. Alrighty, so now looking at the box, I have to look at it. I'm going to take the two straps and I'm going to put one strap like that and one strap like that. And I am going to use the tear and tape on here as well. And I'm going to put 2 rows of tear and tape on the top and bottom. The very first box that I did, I don't know where it is, or that I made years and years ago, was when Stampin' Up! Had the full size, I think it was full size 12 by 12 cardstock. Now you have to buy a package, an assorted pack. So if you wanted to, you could make this strap. I'm looking to see where the original is. It must be downstairs. If you wanted to, you could make this using the 12 by 12 cardstock and having the strap instead of 11 inches, it would be 12. And the original box, I'll show you after I get all the adhesive on here. The original box actually had the straps crisscrossed. So they were like this. And it actually was really cute, but you had that extra width to, or that extra length to do it. And, but with the, by using 8.5 by 11, you're just using a little, you're losing out a little bit of length in order to do that. You could still do it, but it may be a little short. And I'm just going to adhere that down like that. And you don't have to, struggling with the adhesive, you don't have to put the stitch marks and the chalk lines. It's totally up to you. I just like that extra detail. There we go. I just like the extra detail. So there we go. That's one. Secret to the tear and tape is to make sure you burnish it in so you can pull it apart easily. And then the other one. lady. Like that. Which way did I say was the front? I think that. Okay, so now I'm going to take the basic black, and this is not long enough to go around this whole the box. So I'm taking the two ends and I'm butting them together, and I'm just going to make myself a little longer piece. Like that. And that's how I'm going to get away with wrapping it all around. So again, I'm going to take this and I'm going to wrap it all the way around. And I'm going to make sure it's underneath the stitch lines. And I'm going to use Tombow glue. No fear, if I do run out, I do have more Tombow glue. Like a good demonstrator that I am, I do have doubles of everything. And in some cases, I have triples of everything. Okay, I'm going to put it in the middle because the belt is going to go over that. And I'm just doing it below the stitch line. And again, I'm finger pressing it as I go along. I did. Wasn't sure how much Tombow glue I added on there. And I'm not even going to worry about pulling off that tear and tape that I have, joining those two edges together. But I'm going to put some Tombow glue right over it. And snip it off. Again, like with all the Tombow glue, make sure you really hold it down. I've lost some of my stitching mark here, but you know the buckle is going to be over that, so it's okay. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Now the belt loops, that's what they're called. I'm just going to fold them all in half. 1, 2. They're going to get all folded in half. You can use your scoreboard if you so desire. And 4. And sorry. Always good to have baby wipes or something on hand to get the adhesive off your fingers. Okay. And now I'm going to put these on here, and you know, are they too long? Do you think they're too long? They're going to be good. If I were to do this again, I would have moved the handles, the straps over, but I'm going to make this work. And put adhesive on both sides. Yeah, I think this looks a lot harder to put together than what people think. Yeah, so people look at it and think, oh, it's too fiddly put together, but you can see how easy it is, how easy it goes together. Yeah, the strap should have been, I think, closer together. There we go. And on the back. Ooh, we're getting there, folks. And one more, the last one for this. that's the back. Yeah, that's the front. All right, now we're almost done. I'm going to add some Tombow glue to the black glimmer, and I'm going to add it to the front of the gold foil. You got to be careful with the foil that you don't get any adhesive on it, because it's hard to get off foil. Kind of smears it. And I'm just going to put that in the center. And because the foil is slippery, so just hold it down until it secures. Oops, you did get a little bit of adhesive there. It dulls, that's what it is. It dulls the foil. Okay, and now I'm actually going to pop that up with a couple of dimensionals. I'm going to put 4 dimensionals on it. A bit of overkill. There we go, like that. Okay, so there is Santa's pants. We're almost done, folks. I'm just going to do some stamping using the Perfectly Plaid and the Ho Ho Ho, because you know, I think it is apropos. Isn't that a big word for a Sunday morning? And then my Real Red stamp pad. And some Ho 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 in the middle. Like that. And of course, this is going to get popped up. You know, anyone guess what my favorite product is out of the Stampin' Up catalog? It's the Tasteful Label dies. I use them on so many projects. But I will say that there used to be a product, and it retired last year, I think, the Stitch So Sweetly. Was that what it was called? Not Stitch So Sweetly. It was one of the stitched ones. I think it was all the stitch shapes. I loved it, and I used it on everything. I was very sad when Stampin' Up! Retired it, but they came back with the Tasteful Labels, so they redeemed themselves. And now I'm going to use my Crocodile, and I'm going to cut a hole in the edge of the tag like that. Then using some of my, it was from the Playful Pets. It was from the Playful Pets. I thought, this works perfect, guys. And I'm just going to tie this in like that. And make a bow. And there you have it. You have yourself a super cute, I think, packaging idea for the holidays. Like I said, oil and vinegar, bottle of ice wine, or a couple of bottles of ice wine, hand cream and hand lotion, or hand wash and hand lotion. You know, you can go to not Bed Bath & Beyond, Body Works, or there's another one that's similar to that, and you can find things that would go into here. So that is it. What do you think, folks? I think it's just too cute for words. So that is today's tutorial. Isn't it cute? Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'd love it if you made one and shared with me. You can send me an email or post. I don't know if you can post on YouTube, but info@stampscrapandmore.com, and I would love to see your creation. So my name is Elizabeth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Thanks for joining me today, and happy stamping. Bye.